Vice Unlimited replica build we did here. Got to see it in person at King of the Hammers, which was super cool. So here we go. So this was a Gatekeeper RTR IFS conversion kit, and then we built the cage and kind of tried to make it look similar to the Vice Unlimited truck. So this is a trophy rat cab, cut the bed off. This has a full interior cage also, as you can see here. We are going to add some paneling on the sides. We have all of our electronics on top of the IFS. So we have our Long Travel kit on here, along with the new Night Custom 3D parts. So basically that raises your diff up, that you get a little bit more ground clearance up front in the center. And then our Long Travel kit gives it more travel, obviously. And then in the back here, this is our bend and braze trailing arms. These are a little bit longer than the stock trailing arms, and they're kind of set up to do dual shocks. So we have those trailing arms and our dual shock tab up here mounted on our bed cage that we made. So besides that good stuff, now this is all 3/16 solid. That's a little bit easier to get a hold of, and for these fun projects, you know, it's a little bit more cost effective too. So on the back here, you can see we added limit straps. That's what I didn't have out at King of the Hammers, so the shocks were getting a little overextended, kind of getting a little wonky. And I also added a sway bar. So the sway bar is some 3/16 tubing that we sell on the website with one of these hot racing sway bar kits on here. I haven't driven it since I put this on. I threw this on last night. You can see the difference in the cage, nice patina, and then all of a sudden bright gold shiny. So I'm going to take it for a spin and see if that works any better. What else do we have on here? So this is our dimple strips. So this was just kind of fill that gap. I thought this looked good as a nice filler piece on here. As far as the cage goes, I looked at the truck, looked at the Gatekeeper, and just kind of tried to follow suit. However, he does have his like that. I do like having some sort of protection for the back of the truck. The tire is the bumper in this case. So, and I mean, your approach angles and stuff are pretty good still. That's where the bumper hits. As far as up front too, I did shorten the front of the chassis to get that bumper up tight, tighter, to help with that approach angle. So I mean, once again, approach and departure angles are really good on this. I am messing around with the suspension a little bit. I had just a little bit more freeload on the back, and then in the front I put a heavier weight oil. Just because it was getting a little, the back is perfect though. I mean, look at this, just boop, from any height. It's just planted. The front, however, I think I might need 45 weight, maybe. I might also try messing with the pistons in there a little bit. There's a couple of things you can do, but this is it. The Vice Unlimited replica build. Feature I forgot to mention, we are running the rear truss, and I hope this will show up on the camera, but everything just tucks up in there as tight as we can get it. Nothing hits, but it is as tight as it can be. These U4 trucks are a blast to drive. This wheelbase is a little bit longer, I think 13.5 inches with these trailing arms. But man, is it fun. And it's got the look. It crawls pretty good still too. It does have a little bit of a belly drag issue because it is super low. So with the 4300 battery in here, I mean, it sits pretty flat, but I mean, fully compressed, this thing is low. When we cut out the chassis, the reason we cut the chassis out was to get more up travel out of it. Take this thing for a run, test it out with the sway bar and minor suspension tuning. But oh yeah, power plant. For now, it's got the Holmes Hobbies BXL and just a 12-turn Crawlmaster Sport. So I got that, and then today I just threw in the Robinson Racing 32 pitch. So I got that with a 15-tooth pinion, and we'll see if that helps. Because it was kind of slow in my opinion. I feel like this truck needs to be a little bit more shreddable, rippable. Needs to wreak a little bit more havoc. So I also picked up a Copperhead 3800 volts. So if this doesn't work, this will definitely be enough. I've been wanting to try one of these Copperhead ESCs, so we'll see how that works. I like how You can program it all on the computer. I'm very familiar with the Castle products and the Home, so I like how you can program them both really easily. So, yeah, this is it. Oh, this is a bomber interior too, so I kind of segmented it so the dash is separate from the driver, so it's a little bit easier to get it in there. And the reason this is so tall, I could have it a little bit smaller, or I could have a bar here, but you can snake the transmission out the side. So, for I could change the gears on it earlier today or servicing it, any of that good stuff, still able to do it. But it's a really fun build. I definitely want to do some more U4 trucks because they're fun to drive and they look really cool. Front end is still too soft. Thanks for watching this Scout Model Supplies rig review.